What if the wealth of a nation was equally distributed among its citizens? Would that lead to prosperity, or would it stifle innovation and competition? This is a question that has sparked countless debates and discussions across the globe. The two systems at the heart of these debates are capitalism and socialism. Capitalism thrives on the principle of private ownership and the pursuit of personal profit. On the other hand, socialism emphasizes societal welfare and equal distribution of wealth. Each system has its own unique set of merits and drawbacks. The balance between the two is often a fine line, with hyper-capitalism leading to the need for more socialist programs and hyper-socialism fostering the need for more capitalist ones. Areas like healthcare, the environment, education, technology, and world peace are all influenced by this dynamic. So, let's dive deep into the world of capitalism and socialism to understand their true essence. Capitalism, a system where private entities own and control the market, has its roots firmly entrenched in the idea of individual freedom. At its heart, capitalism thrives on competition. This competition can foster innovation and encourage businesses to improve their products and services continuously. It's this ceaseless drive for betterment that has given us monumental advancements in technology, healthcare, and education. Moreover, capitalism is often hailed for its economic efficiency. By allowing market forces to dictate prices, capitalism ensures resources are allocated where they're most valued. This free market system can lead to wealth creation on a massive scale, driving economic growth and prosperity. However, capitalism isn't without its shortcomings. One of the most significant criticisms is the issue of income inequality. The wealth generated in a capitalist system tends to accumulate at the top, leading to a concentration of wealth. This wealth disparity can result in social division and exacerbate poverty rates. Furthermore, capitalism's focus on profit can sometimes overshadow the need for fair labor practices. In the pursuit of lower production costs, businesses might exploit workers, paying them less than fair wages, or subjecting them to unfavorable working conditions. Then there's the issue of environmental degradation. Capitalism, by its very nature, encourages consumption, and this can lead to overuse of natural resources. Businesses may overlook sustainable practices in favor of profit, causing harm to our planet. And finally, capitalism's relentless competition can sometimes stifle smaller businesses. Larger corporations can dominate the market, making it difficult for smaller entities to survive. Clearly, while capitalism has its advantages, it can also lead to significant disparities and environmental degradation. As we delve deeper into this topic, it's crucial to remember that no system is flawless. Each has its strengths and weaknesses, and the key lies in finding a balance that maximizes the benefits while minimizing the drawbacks. It's a delicate dance, a continuous evolution, and that's what makes this journey so intriguing. On the other hand, socialism, where the state owns and controls the market, emphasizes equality and collective welfare. At the heart of socialism is a deep sense of community. It's a system that seeks to distribute wealth equally among its citizens. This idea is rooted in the principle that everyone, regardless of their socioeconomic status, should have access to the basic necessities of life. The state takes on the responsibility of ensuring everyone has access to healthcare, education, and other essential services. In a socialist system, the government also takes on the role of regulating industries to prevent exploitation and to ensure that wealth isn't concentrated in the hands of a few. This means that the wealth generated by the labor force is shared among everyone, creating a level playing field for all. Socialism also emphasizes the importance of social security. Everyone contributes to a communal pot, so to speak, which is then used to support those who are unable to work or are in need. This creates a safety net that protects the most vulnerable in society. But it's not all rosy in a socialist system. Critics argue that socialism can potentially stifle individual motivation. If everyone receives the same benefits regardless of effort, what's the incentive to work harder or innovate? This could lead to inefficiencies in the system, where the lack of competition and motivation results in lower productivity and slower economic growth. Furthermore, there's the potential risk of government overreach. When the state controls all industries, it holds a tremendous amount of power. This could potentially lead to the suppression of individual freedoms and rights in the name of collective welfare. As we see, socialism too has its benefits and drawbacks, balancing wealth distribution but potentially stifling individual motivation and initiative. The key, then, lies in finding a balance that leverages the strengths of both capitalism and socialism, forming a socio-economic model that promotes both individual freedom and collective welfare. Hypercapitalism tends to exacerbate the drawbacks of capitalism, leading to a call for more socialist programs. This statement may seem a bit heavy, but let's dig deeper to understand it. Hypercapitalism, a version of capitalism on steroids, can lead to severe income inequality. The rich get richer, and the poor get poorer. This vast economic chasm can weaken social fabric, leading to societal instability. It's here that socialist programs come into play. They aim to bridge this gap, redistributing wealth and ensuring that the benefits of economic growth are shared more equitably. Additionally, hypercapitalism can also result in environmental harm. Unchecked capitalism prioritizes profit over planet, leading to overexploitation of natural resources, pollution, and climate change. Socialist programs, on the other hand, emphasize collective responsibility and can enforce regulations to protect the environment. And let's not forget public services. In a hyper-capitalized society, essential services like healthcare and education often become commodities available only to those who can afford them. This is where socialist interventions can step in, providing universal access to these services, improving quality of life, and promoting social cohesion. But it's not all roses on the socialist side. Extreme socialism can lead to inefficiency and a lack of innovation. When the state controls all means of production, competition becomes non-existent. Without competition, there's less incentive to innovate, improve efficiency, or enhance customer experience. This is where capitalist programs can inject a dose of healthy competition, fostering innovation and improving service delivery. In essence, hypercapitalism and hypersocialism are two sides of the same coin, each with its own strengths and weaknesses. And just like a coin cannot stand on its edge, neither can a society thrive on one extreme. A balanced approach, drawing from the best of both systems, is often the most sustainable. This shows that an extreme of either system can lead to imbalance and necessitate elements from the other. So, it's not about choosing one over the other, but rather about finding a harmonious blend of the two. So, is there a middle ground? Yes, and it's called socio-capitalism. This intriguing model seeks to harmonize the strengths of both capitalism and socialism, fostering an environment where private enterprise thrives and yet social welfare is not left behind. It's like having your cake and eating it too, but in a socio-economic context. In the realm of healthcare, socio-capitalism can usher in a system that promotes innovation and competition among private providers while ensuring that every citizen has access to basic health services. This can lead to the development of cutting-edge treatments and medical technologies without compromising on the public's health and well-being. Education is another arena where socio-capitalism can work wonders. By encouraging private investments in education, we can stimulate the creation of diverse learning environments and cutting-edge educational technologies. At the same time, public funding can ensure that everyone, irrespective of their economic status, has access to quality education. In the technology sector, socio-capitalism can fuel the race towards innovation and efficiency. Private companies would be incentivized to develop and adopt new technologies, driving economic growth. Simultaneously, government regulations can ensure that these advancements are accessible to all, bridging the digital divide. When it comes to the environment, socio-capitalism can balance the pursuit of economic growth with the need for sustainability. Companies would be encouraged to adopt greener practices through market incentives, while government regulations would ensure that environmental standards are maintained. Lastly, in the pursuit of world peace, socio-capitalism can help by promoting fair trade and reducing economic disparities between nations. By fostering a global economic environment where every country can prosper, we can reduce the conflicts that arise from economic inequality. It's a delicate balancing act, no doubt, but when we take the best of capitalism, its innovation, competitiveness, and efficiency, and marry it with the best of socialism, its focus on social equity and welfare, we end up with a system that can stimulate economic growth without leaving anyone behind. Thus, socio-capitalism appears to be the most sustainable construct, balancing the need for economic growth with social equity. To conclude, both capitalism and socialism have their merits and demerits. Capitalism, with its free market principles, fuels innovation and competition, driving technological advancements and economic growth. However, left unchecked, it can lead to income inequality and exploitation of resources. On the other hand, socialism prioritizes social equity, offering everyone access to essential services such as healthcare and education. But in excess, it can stifle individual initiative and economic dynamism, potentially leading to stagnation. We've seen how extremes of either system can create imbalances, whether it's the wealth gap in hyper-capitalistic societies or the lack of incentives in hyper-socialistic ones. This is where the concept of socio-capitalism comes into play. It's about combining the best aspects of both systems, promoting economic growth while ensuring social justice. In the end, it's about striking the right balance to ensure an equitable and prosperous society for all.